Hi, Sean Huxter here. Welcome to Magical Little Worlds with me. Today is a bit special because today was Father's Day, and I am a father, and I'm also a father-in-law. And my daughter and my daughter-in-law gave me a Father's Day gift. It's a bag. But guess what? This is how much they know me. Look what's in the bag. Yep. Blind boxes and balls, guys. So today we're going to do a special opening of all of the things they gave me for Father's Day. Now, this is how much they know me. They absolutely know that I love opening these things. So what do we got? We have one, Mini Brands Home. I don't have any of these, or at least if I have maybe one, I'm not sure. They were a bit worried that I had some of these, but we'll talk about that in a second. This is Mini Verse Harry Potter. I do not have any of these, so that's great. This is Polly Pocket Tiny Takeout Reveals. Now, I have done the entire video series on this series, and I do have all of them, but this is another one. I absolutely love it. And honestly, I can't have enough of these. And I just did a review recently of the new series, and I got 4 out of the 5 pulls, so we'll see which one we get tonight. It'll be a duplicate for me because I have multiples of each of them anyway, but that doesn't matter. They also have Mini Brands Retro, which this one I did collect a lot of, so there's some really cool stuff in here, and I collected a whole bunch of them. But we'll see if I get something new tonight. I don't know. You never do know with these things. Also, they gave me, and this, it was really cool because they gave me like one of a bunch of different ones. This is Netflix. I have recently, in the past few months, opened 1 or 2 of these for you guys. Not very many. I think I had 2 or 3. So we don't know what's going to happen here. And they also gave me Lord of the Rings, which I do not have as well. I have none of these. Is there anything else in there? Yes. Also, because I grew up in Canada, and my mother-in-law used to send Charlotte these. Not quite these. Kinder Surprise. Now, these are Kinder Joy, and there's a difference. Kinder Surprise comes as an egg, chocolate and white chocolate egg surrounding a capsule. You eat the chocolate, you take the capsule out, and there's a toy inside. Now, these are actually banned in the US, not these. This was the response to the banning of the Kinder eggs by the United States, because there's a rule in the United States that you're not allowed to have anything that is small and edible inside chocolate or inside a toy, or an edible, because a child could swallow it. Now, the capsule is like massive. It's really large, so it's unusual, but I guess I can kind of understand it, but every other country allows them. And so what Kinder did is they made these things, which are Kinder Joys, and what they did is they separated the halves. So you get your chocolate treat on one side and your toy on the other. So it's not quite the same, but the toys are basically the same. And I always get these. When I'm in Canada, I get the eggs, and here I buy these frequently. Recently, like last year sometime, I collected all the space ones. So we're going to see, these look like animals, which is great. I love animals. So this is what I got for Father's Day, and we're going to start opening. Now, I'm going to start opening with things that I already had some of, so that we can leave the surprises, the real surprises, to the end. So the first one, because I've done the entire series, is we're going to find out which one of these Polly Pocket takeouts. There are 2 that I absolutely adore in this. I mean, there's 5 in this series. There's the hamburger. There's the juice box, which is a breakfast place. There's a cupcake cake bakery. There is a cherry pie, and then there's a ramen restaurant. My favorite's the ramen. My second favorite's the burger, and then the others are kind of nice too. In no particular order, I like those as well. So let's find out which one we get tonight. And let's see. Cut into here. My trusty X-Acto. Cut down there, and then cut over here just a little bit, and a little bit over here. And we're going to open this up and find out which one we got. So you can't really tell from this because that has everything. What you can tell by is here. So this is mustard. So what we have here is the hamburger. We have mustard and ketchup, which is excellent. So like I said, this is my second favorite after ramen, because this is just so cute. This is a hamburger restaurant. This is lettuce going around the side. You got this really rubbery meat here, which is kind of weird to touch, but opening it up, you get a little car, which is made of French fries. It's a little box of French fries with a cat in the front. And then you got a cat here. as the road leading up to the restaurant, cat burger, and then you get the restaurant ordering thing here, and you've got stairs leading up to the restaurant, and the restaurant has a refrigerator that opens and has stuff in it, and you got a cat behind the counter. Then there's a cash register here, and a little hamburger stool, and a table of fries to eat at the hamburger place. And of course, each of these comes with 2 packets. One is accessories and one's a doll. So this one is the doll, leave that for last. And this is the accessories. And the accessories in this one contains a little pack of fries, which is beautiful, I love it. And then, of course, a hamburger, purple hamburger, almost like it's Grimace's hamburger, and a drink. And of course, you can place these in and around the set. I think that you probably want to put the hamburger on the table, which doesn't leave you any place to put the fries. So maybe we'll put the fries on a peg down here, right here maybe, and then the drink next to that. Doesn't thematically fit very well, but there you go. And let's open the doll. It'll be a Polly Pocket doll of some kind. I don't know which one we get. We have, looks like Polly herself. So the Polly in this series has been given like a pink streak through her hair, which is kind of nice. And she is wearing a milkshake or a drink shirt and has a pretty good face. So she fits in the car. Now, one thing I noticed about these cars is that these have a little peg next to it. There is a series of vehicles that are die-cast, and each one comes with a pet. And I am thinking when they conceived of this line, they intended for a pet to go into each of these, but they did not put it in these. So I imagine that was to keep the cost down. So she fits into the car fits into here, and what happens is when you close this little thing here, this pushes down on the car. Listen, that little click. What happens is it pushes down on a spring, and when you open it, watch what happens. Not right away, but at some point a spring opens up, and it lifts the road, and it forms a ramp for the car to come down. And that's it. I mean, it's not a big spring-loaded action, but there you go. So the first of the blind boxes tonight was a hamburger that I absolutely love, even though I have one already. I am absolutely adore this. I actually have 2 of the ramens. One I keep at my office and one I keep here because I love it so much. So I'm going to take this one to my office and put it next to the ramen one. Okay, the next one I had some of is we will take the Mini Brands Retro because I had a lot of these. Quite a lot, actually. I was looking for some of the things you can get in this one are retro diskettes from my era of computing. And there's a cassette, and there are some films and camera, older technology from the 80s kind of, and a bit earlier maybe. What's the other thing that I really loved? Yes, the composition books. They did 2. They did one in like a sparkling metallic sort of thing, and then one very straight up, looks like the original, and apparently that one's very rare, and yet I got 2. I got like 5 of the shiny one. I gave one to my daughter with a very microscopic pen so that she could make a little tiny diary out of it, and I think she did. So we're going to open this up. I never have any luck with these. Let's see how this one goes. Well, see, I see people open these all the time with no problems at all. I've never had one open smoothly. Now, and the funny thing is, plastic has a grain to it. You see how this rips horizontally? Why couldn't they have put that spring or that zipper on the natural grain of the plastic that's horizontal? Like if I take this and rip it, it's going to rip beautifully in the horizontal. And yet they put the spring vertical, which makes no sense at all because it just doesn't work. I literally just don't, it doesn't work. And let's try it again just to see, just to prove it. Let's take this zipper. See, if you only get one of the sides, it's never going to work either. So you got to get the other one up. And it's very hard. So let's see. Ooh, look at that. I think in here they might have gone with the grain of the plastic. All right, get rid of this. This is exciting because Retro is one of the series I have been collecting, and I do love this series. So let's find out what we got. Open it up. You get bags and a collector's guide. We won't go too much into the collector's guide right now. Let's find out what we have here. I'm not going to feel the bags because that kind of ruin the surprise. We can put the ball back here and roll it away. And let's see. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Let's find out. What would I love to have? I think I would love to get another one of the composition books because they're so useful. Let me just pause there for a second. This is one of the retro composition books. This is the shiny one, which is the more common, believe it or not. But I'm designing a toy right now called Sydney Swift Shuts Down the Steam Power Punk. And I'm actually using this book as a concept book for the design of that toy. As the toy is a miniature, I'm actually documenting and designing the toy in miniature as well as on regular pads. But you see how I designed the characters here? I actually made these now. These are actual physical characters. And I just love these little books. And I'll continue along here and finish the concept as I make the toy. So I'd love to get another one of these. Let's find out what do we get. This one's not because this is cylindrical. Let's find out what we have here. We got Fresca. This is going to be useful because I bought the Replicade or the New Wave Toys Coca-Cola cooling machine. And it comes with little cans of Coke. But I think Fresca might go really well with that. So this is a very long tube. I think I know what this one is. This is going to be, I'll guarantee you, this is Pringles. Oh, it's the shiny Pringles. I think this is the rare shiny Pringles. The regular Pringles is not shiny. So that's nice to have. Everybody loves Pringles. And this, by the way, is the old can or the original can with the old logo. So this is why that's retro. Feeling this, it's also not the book, not the composition book, but that's okay. What do we have here? We have, an ever-ready battery. Now, this is an interesting one because this is, if I remember, this is 6.5. It's an unusual format. It's 67.5 volts, and I think this is what they call an A battery. You know how you have AAs and AAAs? I think this is an A, but I'm not entirely sure. But it is an interesting old battery format. I've never seen one of these in person, so I don't know what it powered. And over here we have, I'm gonna leave this to last because I know what it is. All right, we're gonna open this one. And this is a box of bananas. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten this one. This is very common. And you open it up, and yeah, it does open. It does open, and you get a whole batch of bananas in there, and this banana thing does come out. I mean, this is real detailed stuff. The retro brand detailing is absolutely stunning. You should see the cassette. I don't think we're getting the cassette, but we are getting this one. Look at this. This is what I was looking for. Now, is it the shiny one or the rare regular one? It's the regular one. Oh my God, this is beautiful. This is hard to find. I have luckily found two of these. I gave one to my daughter. This is the rare regular composition book. Oh, that's totally everything right there. Okay, we're gonna put these in the ball. Pop these back in here. That is gonna be very nice to have. Roll that away. And let's pick, the next one I had one of is Mini Brands Netflix. So we're gonna open this one next, and then we're gonna go into ones that I did not have, and that's gonna be interesting. Also, by the way, Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings, you have to make these things, and it involves resin and creation. That I will not be doing on this video, but I'll be opening to see what we have. If you want to see what those do, you can get online and on YouTube and see other people's videos of them. I don't think I'll probably create them right now. Maybe I'll do it later. Does this zip for me? Nope. Honestly, this has been always the frustrating part of this series. So I just take my X-Acto and slide it along like so. Cut the whole thing away. And then peel away the outer shell. Get into the inner shell. I'll bet you this. Now, see, the last one worked pretty well. On the inside, it actually worked all the way through, which is interesting. Let's find out. Yeah, let's find out. Ooh. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. That was very satisfying. Now, some of the really cool ones that Netflix has. Let's see. There's 11 from Stranger Things. There's the Demigorgon. There's a whole bunch of really cool ones. Let's find out. Without further ado, we shall open and reveal. There's always 5 of them here. Again, we have a collector's guide. I don't think I'll... Oh. Cool. I wouldn't mind the spaceship. All right. Let's find out what we got. In this one in the past, I've gotten Emily in Paris's beret, which is cool because I can use it on my G.I. Joe figures. I've gotten... I can't remember. I got some really good ones. Now, this feels heavy. This one is hefty. And it feels like it's metal. So, oh, I wonder if this is the pistol. One of the ones I always wanted was this pistol, and I don't think, I did not get it. Oh, look at that. This is hefty die-cast metal. And as a collector of G.I. Joe, this is about exactly 1/6 scale G.I. Joe size, and this thing is heavy, man. Oh, wow. I couldn't have asked for a better one. A lot of the other ones that I wanted, I kind of got in other blind bag boxes, but I never got this one. I didn't get the spaceship. Look at that. Oh, this is you know what, the other one, the notebook was everything. This is everything. Oh my God, this is beautiful. This is going in my G.I. Joe's arsenal. We'll put that here in full display. We'll move on to the next one. Okay, I think by feel, this is going to be Emily in Paris's beret, which is really kind of cool. Yeah, there you go. This is a beret. It's a little small for G.I. Joe, unfortunately, but it fits a Barbie nicely, and some of my adventure team operatives are females, and they happen to have Barbie heads. So that works. Moving on to this one. This one is oddly shaped. I don't know what this one is. We will see in a second. Okay, this one I've seen before and I've gotten before. This is the Squid Game guard mask, and it comes with a stand, so you can display the guard mask on the stand like so. This is a very common one. I've gotten this one before, unlike the pistol, which is very rare. All right, next. This one is kind of long and flat. So this is going to be a sword or something because it's got a little plastic protector case and it's long and thin. So this might be the Witcher's sword, which I do have one of, but there's also a rare version of that, which maybe we got. Maybe. I can't tell if this is the rare one. But let me find out briefly by looking at the guide what we just got. And it looks like we got, yeah, it's the Witcher sword. And I don't think it's rare necessarily. Wait, no, this is, no, it's common. But I don't have it, so that's good. I do have one of the other swords, but not this one. And this is a miniature. It's small, too small for a G.I. Joe, but would work really well on a 3.5-inch G.I. A 1/18th scale G.I. Joe or action figure. Would look really good on that. And the last one on the Netflix, oh, it's another one in a wrapping cage, like this wrapping plastic. So let's find out what this one is. This is, oh, I'm not familiar with this either. This is two swords. They look almost like Lord of the Rings Uruk-hai swords, but they're not. So let's, again, as I'm ignorant of what this is, go to the guide and see what that's going to be. This is from Rebel Moon. Swords from Rebel Moon, which I have not watched, so maybe I'll have to watch that. Okay, this is your winner right here. But let's put all these back in the ball and keep moving on, because this video could get very long very quickly if I don't step on the gas a little bit here. We put that aside. Now we're going to do the ones I have not done before, so we'll start with home, and then we'll round it off with Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings, and then we're going to open up the Kinder Eggs, Kinder Surprises. Kinder Joys, they are. The Kinder Surprise is the one with the eggs that are banned in the U.S. Literally banned. I mean, there are stories of people smuggling them in and getting caught. All right. Because honestly, for such simple, cheap toys, the engineers who make the toys that go into those are absolute geniuses. You wouldn't believe some of the stuff they make. It's almost like back in the ancient days when you used to get really cool prizes inside Cracker Jack, which is now you do not. It's like Kinder Egg said, you know what, we should go back to doing what they used to do. And if you just jump online and check out Kinder Surprises roster of toys, it's mind-blowing how many beautiful toys they've made. And I happen to have a fair number of them. All right. Okay, home. Let's find out what we got. Open the ball. 5 bags, of course. And we got a guide here, which I'm going to put aside. I don't like to spoil the surprise, but I do like to refer to it if I don't know what I've got. So, first one is a small square thing. Let's open it up and see. Okay, so this is Systema Lunch. This is a lunch bucket or a container to pack your lunch in, and it's in compartments, which is nice. And it looks like they even included a little sauce or condiment container, which is really kind of cute. Wonder if it comes out. I will bet you it does, because this is the kind of thing that they would make come out. Oh, look at that. So the whole container compartment comes out, but this does not come off by itself. All right, that's cool. Almost like a bento box, you know? Sectional lunch box. Nothing wrong with that. Moving on with the next one. We'll leave this bigger one. Let's go by size. So let's go like that one, that one, that one, and this one. All right. Moving on. Oh. Pyrex mixing, measuring cup. We have several sizes of these because my wife is an amazing cook and chef and baker, and she uses these things every week. And this is a lid for it. And I've never seen, we have these, but I don't have a lid. So that's interesting. The lid goes on like so. Yeah, these are like the most useful measuring cups in the world. They're Pyrex, they're strong, they measure very well, but they're also see-through. I don't know why they make mixing jugs with that are not see-through, so you can't see the sides. And over here we've got, oh, Black & Decker drill. Some of these have the drill in them. I wonder if this one has the drill inside. Let's see if I can't open it. Does it even open? Like I said, some of these open and some don't, and some of these have something inside them. And some of them just have paper to fill the box to make it feel like there's something in there. It's pretty light, so I would bet you there's nothing in here. Gently kind of pry that open. Let's see, is there a drill in there? Oh, there's a drill in there. This could easily have been just a cardboard separator to form volume. Look at this. It's a drill, but no, wait. Oh my God. The drill's battery. Separate. Look at that. Oh my God, that is magic, that is. I'm putting that right here. And moving on to the next one. Oh, that's so cool. This one feels, I'm not sure. Let's find out. It's kind of rectangular. Let's find out what it is. Oh, paper. It's a newspaper, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. Let's find out what it is. Oh, look at that. It's an egg carton with it's a half dozen egg carton. Gold these days. Now, why did they give you paper? That's interesting. Let's find out what the paper says. Yeah, so you can put the eggs in, you can close the, they had to tell you this? Okay, whatever. Last one. This one rattles, and it's pretty big, and it looks like it also has paper in it. All right, let's find out what this one is. Oh. Okay, so this one looks to be a shelving system. And I think you had to put it together yourself, almost IKEA-like. So this one we're going to have to refer to the instructions. So, okay. So, oh, okay. So the drawer goes into the box goes on top of the stand. Let's find out how that works. So this is the drawer, and this is the drawer box. You put it in like so, and then this slots into the frame. Oops. Maybe it goes a certain way. No, I'm pretty sure it should just go. Yeah, there we go. And that forms a little drawer. Miniature, like almost IKEA-like drawer. Okay. That was a pretty good pull. This thing is amazing. Everything else in there is pretty cool. Of course, the Pyrex measuring cup is awesome. And like the others, we will close that up and roll it away. All right. Let's do the Kinder Joys first because there's a lot more involved here. Let's get these just done. So what you do is you open this like so, and this is your candy. So this will be like, it's like a white chocolate and Nutella sort of chocolate, or white chocolate and another chocolate. And it comes with two little crunchy, sort of crispy little spheres that you can eat. And then this is the spoon you're supposed to eat it with, which is oddly on the wrong side. I don't know why they ever did this, but this should be stuck to here. So this is the toy section. You could just peel it off without having to have the spoon stuck to it. And this is going to be, oh, it's a bear. So these, by the way, whoever engineers these toys are brilliant. So this is a bear. And you clearly have to put these two halves together. Probably like so. Yeah. And then question is, does this go in first? Yeah, so you put this together first, and then this snaps into the bottom. Let's see. There's a hole there. Oh, there's like a hinge hole, but I don't know. There we go. And that is the bear. Oh, I haven't got them quite sealed together there. And that's your bear. That's it. Next Kinder Surprise. We don't eat this right now. We'll eat that later. Next Kinder Surprise, or Kinder Joy in this case. Again, the chocolate goes to the side for eating on that desperate day when you forgot you have no chocolate in the house. I usually keep a drawer full of these so that when I need them, I have them. And then this one is going to be, looks to me almost like an ape of some kind or a monkey. Oh no, it's a donkey. So let's see. Yeah, it's a donkey with it. Look, it's got a hinge. So I'm thinking that this is going to have to go like so. And then the hinge goes in here. And then this other part goes like so. Sealing off the hinge with a pin. Get this. I missed the pin here. Hang on. I'm actually looking through the camera rather than looking at the actual object. So it's kind of difficult sometimes. And there you go. That's a donkey. And look, it bucks. All right, that's pretty cool. Very shiny, though. It's interesting. They don't always have their toys quite so shiny. So that's those. That's the Kinder Joys, which I always love. I always find myself buying several of these when I go to the grocery store. All right. Down to the things that I don't have any of. So I'm going to start with Lord of the Rings. Again, these are construction projects. You really have to get in there and make things with resin. And I've seen some of the reviews. And sometimes you have to pour resin into a mold and then you pull this out. And it doesn't always work. I've seen these on YouTube videos. I've seen them fail. But I'm not going to do that tonight. All I'm going to do is reveal what they are, kind of show them a little. And I'm not even going to bother to even find the zipper. Oh, wait. There's always hope, right? That the zipper will work. Not a lot, but some. Nope. Who am I kidding? There's no hope. See how literally the zipper goes perpendicular to the natural grain of the plastic that it wants to tear at. So I don't know what they're thinking. Now, automatically you see the ball is not your standard ball. It's got decoration. It's got detail. It's also got this new sticker on it for no reason that I can detect, because you'd think that if it was new, they would put it on there. They'd print it on there instead of sticking it on after as an afterthought. So let's find the zipper. No, what's the point of finding the zipper? I know it's not going to work. Let's just slice down through. And again, horizontal. Look, it's like peeling an apple with a knife, very thin knife. Wait, did I find the zipper by accident? It doesn't matter. It's never going to work. So you got to just basically do this all night until eventually you get to the end. And there's the, look at that. There's the ring of power. And this is what it looks like. So this is very much an elven design, looks like. And then it looks to me like you have to maybe cut the ring. I wonder if it'll lift off. I think it just lift. Good, you can just lift it off. Pretty sure that this is designed to open in the middle, and this is the thing that's holding it together. So what do we have inside? Oh, okay, let's find out. Again, like I said, I'm not going to construct this. All right, looks like we're going to have a dwarf hammer, maybe. This definitely looks like a mold for a dwarf hammer. Or maybe it's not a mold. So, again, I haven't done this. I haven't had these before, so I don't really know what the deal is. So you open up this and you get... Okay, this is like a sparkly glitter that lets you... like I said, I only know this because I've seen some videos of this before. This is a spoon and glitter, and the glitter is supposed to simulate like mithril, I think, when you... or metallic surface on the weapon that you're creating. And over here, this is going to be your resin from which you make, I'm sure. Yeah, this is the resin from that which you make the item. So this is going to be resin. You pour it into the mold. You mix in some of the metallic thing, which gives it a metallic finish. So that's kind of cool. And then you have a pipette to kind of like drip the resin into the mold. And over here, there's a box. So I don't know what this is. Let's find out what this is. The box, oh, this is cool. You've got a dwarven hammer. Oh, and an anvil. I think maybe the goal here is you're supposed to use these in the construction, so maybe they're part of the construction process, the instructions. And then further in here, once you get rid of the hay, is this file. And this is actually a file. This is actually sandpaper. So I imagine when you pull it out of the mold, you may have to sand off some flash or flare. So let's see what the mold holds. This is definitely a mold of some kind. And I'm going to cut the tape because it's hefty. There's something in here, and I don't quite know what it is. So let's cut the tape gently. Come on. And yeah, so this is the mold. This is a silicone rubber, like it bends, and you're supposed to pour the resin in here, and oh, this is not an axe. I think this is a sword. And maybe, I'm not sure, some part of this, maybe I'm missing something? Oh, I'm missing something. So this is the hilts. So this looks like, is this Gandalf's sword, or is this Glamdring, or is this Aragorn's sword? I couldn't tell you offhand. It might be Gandalf's sword. I've seen the real thing, but it's been a while, so I forget. And this is a display stand for it. So like I said, I'm not going to build this right now because it would take too long. But this is definitely what looks to me like Gandalf's sword, I'm thinking. Let's see if the instructions tell us. It tells us what to do. Does it actually tell us whose sword this is? I am pretty sure that's Glamdring. Oh, yes, it is. Look, it tells you right here. Glamdring. Yep. All right, so that's a project for later. But I just wanted to make sure you got to know what was in here. So I will put the mold back in place to protect it. Oh, it goes the other way. And then we're going to move on to Harry Potter, which is the one I was really looking forward to seeing. So we're going to put all of our accoutrements back inside the Lord of the Rings one, including the cap there with the sword hilts, and the bowl, the instructions and the instruction booklet, and seal that off. Project for later. Love it. And the last one we're going to do tonight, and this is a long video already, I apologize, but you know, it's Father's Day. I am going to cut right along here. I'm tired of trying to work with these zippers. So this is a clear ball. Interesting. And Honeydukes. Okay, I wonder if that has any significance to the interior product. Let's find out, shall we? So I think I can just cut along here. This is a cap, certainly. Get in there. Oh, I hate these packages. They just don't know how to do packages right. If their goal is to frustrate, they're very successful. Okay. Can you guess? I can't. So let's open up the Honeydukes. I would like to think this is like a keg or something that has to do with Honeydukes or something, but I don't know. There's a little cap here, so clearly there's going to be a little decoration to go on there like we got with the Target one. And I think that would be this little guy here. This little guy snaps to the top of this. And I don't quite know why, but with some of them it's obvious. But this one, I don't know. Maybe it's just like a soup pot. Yeah, maybe it's a soup pot, and this is the lid. All right, moving aside. This is going to be a display stand for whatever you make. The display stand has a base. I think that's the base, or is it? Oh, was that supposed to go in there? Huh, maybe. But we won't worry too much about that right now. What we've got is 2 little crock pots, or 3, Honeydukes Spring Hues, and then we've got the bags. So in here is very nice. It's like a little candy jar. Yeah, that's really cute. I like that. So obviously what you're going to make is probably going to end up in there. I will look at the paper stuff later because that'll show. And again, we have these. Maybe these have ingredients in them. Sometimes that's true. Like there's actually little powders or liquids or something in there. So we have this. Now I think this is going to be your spoon. But there must be something else in there, isn't there? This is your spoon. And believe it or not, there's nothing else in this massive bag. Just that wee tiny spoon. All right, put that aside. And let's go open this one. This one is Sweet Treats. Okay, so we're definitely going to make candy, I think. Again, like I said, I'm not going to make things tonight. Oh, this is also a silicone mold. It's made of rubber or clear silicone. And is Honeydukes candy mold. So now, can you guess what the candy mold's going to be? I can't. I mean, it almost looks like tadpoles or something, right? I don't know. And again, I'm not going to make it tonight, but what I will do is open up the instructions and have a look at what we would make. And this is going to be the resin, whatever it is that you're supposed to make it out of. And it's going to probably be like a brightly colored liquid resin of some kind. And my guess is, and it comes with the little squeeze stopper so that you can place it and squeeze it into the mold. I imagine you mix powders into the liquid, and then you make candies in the mold, and then you place the candies inside the bowl. Yes, so these are like gummies. Are they mice, maybe? They almost look like mice. Jelly slugs. Okay, they're slugs. That's beautiful. So there's the candy jar. There's the mold, the spoon, the resin, and the coloration. So it looks like the coloration is powder. You mix the powder inside the little containers with the spoon into the actual mold. So you put the powder in first and kind of shape it into parts of the mold that you want it to fit in, and then you pour the resin in, and you get a multicolored kind of candy out of it. And then when you remove it from the mold, you put it in the candy jar. Again, like I said, not doing it tonight, but I did want you to see what was in here. And that, my friends, all of this, and as you could tell by my excitement, some of these were like the real desired thing that I wanted, and that in my previous collecting of these, I did not get. So, very happy with all of that. Very happy. So this was Father's Day, and I got to tell you, my kids know me. They knew this would be like the most delightful thing that kept to me for Father's Day. And to them, thank you. This has been a great Father's Day. And to everybody out there, thanks for watching. I hope you had a Father's Day as good as I did. Well, for Sean Huckster and Magical Little Worlds, happy Father's Day. Bye.